If you are enjoying this podcast and other podcasts on the Dragon Wagon Radio Network, be sure to check out the Dragon Wagon Shop. Awesome t-shirts and mugs from your favorite shows so you can tout your podcast pride all while supporting your favorite podcast network. And make sure to check it often for new items and limited time designs. Shop now at dragonwagonradio.com/shop and get your dragon swag on.
To this mythology, Paul's a connoisseur. Sarah has an interest, but it's all Greek to her. From Cronus's kids' weird childhood to what's going down in Hades' hood. These fables are bizarre but good. It's myth understood.
Hello, welcome to another episode of Myth Understood with me, Paul Bianchi, and Sarah Oliver is sitting right here too.
No, I'm not.
Yeah, you clearly are. She's sitting next to the pod dog, Campo. There was a specific request today from a listener who was saying, we want more pod dog. And I honestly don't know how to get him to perform in front of a microphone just yet. But
we are working on it 24 hours around the clock.
Yeah, we will get him to say something.
That was good.
With us today is Sarah's friend, Natty.
Hello. Hi.
Nathaniel Wicks
Yes.
is a really honest.
Whoa.
Say honest.
A really honest.
He's a really
Priest.
honest comedian.
I'm a priest.
He's a really awesome comedian, actor, writer, and we were on an improv team together called Mr. T-Rex. Oh, do you like that pun?
It's because we all had really short arms.
Yeah, we all had very short arms, and we went through Second City together. So what's up?
Nothing.
Yeah,
Thanks for having me.
The team actually fell apart though after it got struck by an asteroid.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's extinct.
Some say we never existed at all, and that we were buried there by Jews.
That's a deep cut. That's for our other podcast, which is also about mythology. Natty, I'm going to ask you the question that I ask every guest on Myth Understood. What's your background with Greek mythology?
So I had ancient history in high school.
Great.
So I know whatever they taught me there. And by know, I mean I knew then, if you had asked me
Sure.
15 years ago.
Like you were ready for the pop quiz on Friday?
Yes. Man, that's the best class I ever had, actually. I aced everything in that class.
It's the best class you ever had?
Well, like that, I performed
best
well.
you
Yeah. No, I mean gym's the best class ever. Everybody knows gym's the best. Volleyball.
I have a note.
And also in 8th grade, I almost failed completely. I almost stayed back, which would have been a disaster because I was like going to be 16 the next year. So
Wait, no, what?
I would have been like a 16-year-old
Wait, how? How many
um,
times did you fail before?
once. I started late in the year. When I first went to school. Okay, so I was like one of those guys who's the oldest person in the class. If I'd gone regularly, if I had gone.
Natty was
regular
actually
route.
born late. He was like a year old before he came out of his mom.
This is like an 80s movie, 16-year-old 8th grader.
Yeah, so it would have been. So my point is, the reason I bring that up is I had to write an 88-page report on I can't remember. I mean, this is unbelievable. It was 88 pages, but I don't remember the myth anymore that I wrote it on. But it was a Greek myth about twins of some kind. I don't remember what they did.
Was it Apollo and Artemis?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe, maybe.
I mean, they are the most famous Greek twin gods.
So probably that.
There was also Castor and Pollux, though, that everyone likes, too.
Is there anything to do with rivers?
There's too many fucking rivers. People fall face down into it and they drown.
Rivers and birds.
People are turned into rivers. Don't even get me started.
So
on rivers.
twins, rivers, and it was 88 pages.
Someone spit in someone's mouth.
And then I had to turn that into pass.
And that got you to pass?
Yeah.
I think someone was thanking you.
The lady was friends with my mother, the teacher.
So your mom slept with her?
Yes. No. So I think she liked her. So she's like, just turn this in. Just turn it in.
Wow.
I turned it in late.
I would do 88 pages.
Yeah.
I have a rough time with 4 pages.
It was 3 days. That's why I was late. I skipped school for a day. I was literally 3 days of just like sitting at a computer, just trying to figure out a way to make the encyclopedia entry sound like I had made it up or like I was saying, you know what I mean?
So I guess today Natty's going to teach us that 88-page myth. Guys, buckle up.
I'm so excited about it. We are in the middle of the Odyssey, which is we just finished chapter 2 as far as this podcast is concerned, which was about Circe. And now we are continuing on his voyage. Odysseus is down to one ship, as opposed to his original large amount of ships. They were all destroyed by the Lastrygonians, and then he sought refuge on Circe's island, and it's just him.
Circe
and-
was a witch who had
I've seen Game of
magical-
Thrones. Thank you.
She had magical human animal friends.
Yes, she sure did. So that's where we're starting today is as Odysseus is leaving Circe in tears in her bed on her island, and
Because they were fucking.
because they were fucking, yeah.
He fucked her and then she cried?
Well, he fucked her for like 3 years. Gave him. They had 3 kids together, and then he was like, "Bye, I have a different wife." See ya."
Oh.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That makes more sense.
He's the hero of the story.
Yeah.
So he asked her as she's in the middle of crying, Circe, do
Cock.
you know? I know you're having a rough time with this, but do you know the way back to Ithaca?
Are you kidding me? Are you seriously asking me for directions for you to leave me?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. And what might you imagine Circe would say to him at this point?
Go. It's up your ass.
Close. She says, "Go to hell," and that's actually her instruction to him is to sail to Hades, the realm of the dead, and speak with the spirit of Tiresias, the blind prophet, to tell him how to go home. And then she's in the middle of sobbing. She's like, "Yeah. Also, I'm gonna tell you how to do the spell to contact him too. Yeah, here you go. Here's all the things you need. It's in a shopping bag.
Wow, that's
by the
a
door."
big character change from someone who was turning random dudes into pigs.
She fell hard.
Wow.
She had 3 kids.
Yeah. Okay.
Kids change you. So while this is all happening, as the men are planning their retreat from the island, the commotion of Odysseus being like, "Men, we're going to hell." This commotion awakens Elpenor, who was the youngest of the men who were sailing with Odysseus, and
Is he a youth?
he's such a he's such
I'm 4.5 years old.
he got drunk the night before.
Wait.
and
Little Flemmy.
and he forgot that he climbed up to the roof to get some sleep away from everyone. And when all the men are like rabble, like getting their stuff together to leave, Elpenor awakens, realizes that he is on a roof a little bit too late. He falls off the roof, falls and breaks his neck and dies. Wait. On the heels of that, Sarah, can you do that like Toad from Mario Kart as he's falling off of a course?
Ah!
That's pretty good. I'm
the best.
The men notice that Elpenor is missing, but no one cares to look for him. And they just all get on their boat and sail on. They're like, I guess he decided to stay here with all the nymphs. Oh, well, they leave. So,
Wow, classic.
yeah.
Say nymphs?
Nymphs.
Like
Sexy ladies.
sexy
Okay.
little
All right.
nymphos.
As was.
Mhm.
Well, that makes sense then.
Mm-hmm.
That they would be like, oh, he's fine.
Yeah.
No, yeah, he'll be fine.
Oh, he's gonna be okay.
Oh, I get it. No, yeah, I was going to stay too, but I got to go.
Yeah, we were all like that when we were 4.5.
So the location of the underworld is different in mythology and in many different myths. And in the Odyssey, it is located in a place that is possible for them to just sail their ship right into it. And in order to reach the underworld, Odysseus must travel to the delta of the river Oceanus. And that's the only place that is known on Earth at this time. And of course, Earth was the size of the Mediterranean Sea and Turkey, and that's all that was known. This part of the Earth was the only place that the rays of Helios could never penetrate, so it was shrouded in darkness. And
cold water.
Oh yeah, real cold water. And except things are on fire too, so balances out. They dock the ship at the dark harbor, and Odysseus alone, what are you looking at me for?
I'm picturing it in my head.
You're picturing this dark harbor?
Yeah, I'm world painting.
Oh, beautiful. And Odysseus alone exits the ship and brings his bag of craft supplies that Circe gave him in order to perform this ceremony. And the rest of his men are just like waiting on the ship, like, ooh, I wonder what this is going to be like, but I don't want to. I'm too spooky. So the sacrifice, or the ceremony that he does involves pouring libations onto the ground. So like pouring one out for your homies.
Yeah.
And also performing a sacrifice. So he cuts the throat of the most adorable lamb you've ever
They
seen.
don't like sacrifices.
They don't like human sacrifices.
Okay.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
kill all the adorable lambs that you want. And when he does this ceremony, he lights a few candles, some incense, kills the lamb, pours the libations.
Setting the mood.
Yeah.
Smoke starts to swirl around him in this smoky green vortex of souls, and they start
Barry White on the radio.
and it starts to bring all of these souls to him. And one of the first souls to arrive is Elpenor, and he's like, I'm looking for the spirit of Tyre. Oh, Elpenor, what are you doing here?
I was on my way to Hades, and I had to kill this sheep. I don't remember exactly what I was doing.
Elpino, you sound so much older than 4.5 now.
Oh, yeah. Well, life goes by pretty quickly on the other side there, Charlie. Okay?
Elpenor,
Yes.
Elpenor tells Odysseus of his death that occurred on the island because no one knew this up until this point. And he begs to him tearfully that for Odysseus to return to the island of Circe whenever he's done with his excursion, to bury him so that he can have rest beyond the grave.
I'm only asking you one time to please turn that boat around. And you put my 4-year-old body back in that ground. Otherwise, I ain't never gonna sleep. I ain't never gonna sleep the restless sleep. And I'm gonna be an old man on this side of the planet forever.
I wish everyone could see the intensity in Natty's eyes right
He
now.
turned red a little bit.
That's from embarrassment more than anything else.
Well, Elpenor, yeah, okay, fine. I'll do that for you. Consider it as good as done. But please, I'm here to look for Tiresias. Like that was really embarrassing. Woo, Tiresias. I'm looking for the blind prophet Tiresias.
Who's there?
It's I, Odysseus.
Don't say I'm blind.
Oh, okay, good. Listen, I was brought here.
Yeah, I can listen. That's all I can do. I'm blind.
Cool. I don't know how to speak to you suddenly, but I'm looking for my way home to Ithaca. Circe told me that if I spoke to you, you would be able to help me get home.
Oh, do you need a map or something?
No, I'm being stopped by the ocean, and I thought maybe you knew why.
Oh, you gotta put your ship in drive.
Oh, some of the men were like, try turning it off and then turn it on again, but
No.
now that's not what you do. So, yeah, Tiresias reveals to Odysseus once and for all that Poseidon is the one indeed punishing him and his Greek fleet for blinding his son, the Cyclops Polyphemus. And we remember Polyphemus because...
Yeah, the boy with the dolls.
The boy with the dolls, yeah. That took you so long, though.
Well, yeah, because I don't remember names. I remember things they do.
Gotcha. Yeah, there was a Cyclops, Polyphemus, and he had all of Odysseus's men in his cave, and Sarah decided that he was dressing him up like dolls.
Oh, like that. Oh, okay.
Uh,
I would have went different route.
We have Natty on more. He's got notes.
Tiresias also foretells of Odysseus's fate, that he will indeed return home.
This is taking a long time.
He'll,
My body's rotting away over there. You guys
he'll,
ain't turning around yet.
he'll reclaim his wife and his palace from the wretched suitors that are trying to take his wife from him. And he says after that he will make another trip to a distant land, and this will appease Poseidon. And he says, from now on, your journey is going to go just fine unless you or your men touch the herds of Helios when you reach the land of Thrinacia. In fact, just avoid Thrinacia at all costs, because it's a terrible place of temptation for you and your men. Just
That
skip
sounds like our first stop.
it. Yeah. You know Greek mythology well if at this point when someone warns them not to do something,
Gonna do it twice.
Yeah. Then Tiresias departs, and Elpenor likely hoped that Odysseus would just turn around.
Turn that boat around. How many times a dead guy gotta ask?
Just while I'm here, there's a swirling vortex of souls around me. Does anyone else want to talk to me? Like, this is really interesting. And out of the fog
Boo.
comes his mother.
A boo boo boo. You're not eating. Who's feeding you? You're not eating enough. You're too skinny.
Yeah, it's his mother, Anticlea.
Comb your hair.
And he's very saddened to see her because she was alive when he left. And Anticlea killed herself when her son had never returned home.
You're killing me. Well, you killed me.
Ma, I was trying to get home to you.
Oh, sure you were. I sat by the door.
I met this witch and I lived with her for 3 years. But now I'm trying to get home.
I fell face down in a river.
Close. She actually walked into the ocean.
Always.
That's how you do it.
The ocean is very tempting.
Oh, to you?
Yes, and I think in
This is a
general.
cry for help.
No, I mean, if you're gonna do it,
The ocean?
yeah, that's the nicest way to go.
It is nice.
They say you don't really feel much.
They are wrong. So then, after he's like, okay, Mom, I had enough of that guilt trip. Be gone back into.
Kiss your mother.
All right, here's a kiss.
Mwah.
Oh, very ghosty. He ushers his mom back into the swirling cloud of spirits, and then he's like,
This is our hero, huh?
"Uh-huh."
This guy's a real jerk.
Oh, they're all two pieces of shit. Yeah, he's pretty bad though.
And then he's like, "Who else can I talk to? Are there any famous heroes?
You can
that I
talk to me again.
So then he encounters Agamemnon. Agamemnon was one of his fellow Greek heroes that he fought with in Troy, and Agamemnon sailed home no problem. And so to see Agamemnon here, he was like, "Oh, holy shit, you're dead too." And Agamemnon tells him,
Why can't you figure out your own way? Why can't just get in the boat? You follow the North Star. You bring that boat right around the Mediterranean. You put it in the lot.
Agamemnon, I'm just surprised though. How are you dead? I thought you made it back to Greece.
The ocean is very tempting, my friend. Let me tell you about a little place called the ocean. Maybe you heard of it. It's got salt water.
Agamemnon actually tells him about his murder at the hands of his wife Clytemnestra. But he could have walked into the ocean too. Let's.
Did she drown him in the ocean?
No,
Are you sure?
I'm sure.
All right. It helps my bit a lot if it did.
Can you tweak it?
Next, he sees Achilles. And when he sees Achilles, he's like,
this is like the fucking Hall of Fame here.
yeah, it's like they're all animatronic.
Mhm.
And he's like, oh my gosh, Achilles.
Hey,
Achilles, you're looking for like a lot of these dead people look pretty shitty, but you're like blessed in life and blessed in death.
Hey, I can have sex.
Okay. That's great. Achilles responds when greeted with blessed in life, blessed in death. He says famously, he would rather be slave to the worst of masters than be king of all the dead.
You hear me?
That's a good one. I'm going to write that down.
Did you write it down?
I did.
Don't you think Achilles would be like really upset to find out that like all his legacy, and then he's just known for like the Achilles heel thing? Like he has so much.
Hey, what do people think about me? What do they say? I was a great warrior.
Yeah, actually, still people are like, yeah, you're a great warrior, but all of the men have this general notion and feeling that like you're going to be forgotten and like only remembered for your name.
But people know me for my strengths, right? I got a strong chin.
Just the men on my boat, but I have a feeling that like they're all going to die.
No one talks about my weak ankle because I'm very sensitive.
That seems to be the only thing that made it back home.
Okay, gonna go back into the
Wait,
world.
no, Achilles, aren't you gonna ask me about your son?
Oh yeah, how's the little junior?
What was his name again?
Pico Paca Poop.
It was Neoptolemus.
I wasn't too far off.
He asks about his son's exploits in the Trojan War after his death.
Hey, is he a poonhound like his old man?
Actually, yeah, there's nothing about his romantic efforts, but boy, did he kill a lot. He killed so many people. You would have been so proud.
My boy.
Yeah.
That's my boy.
And Achilles is filled with satisfaction and leaves.
I can climax now.
And yeah, he just ejaculates and then floats back into the ether. Then Odysseus calls out for Ajax. He said, because Achilles left a mess. He's trying to clean it up.
Oh, yeah, I was gonna say, was his bathtub grubby?
He cries out for Ajax because Ajax was the warrior who killed himself after he lost a contest with Odysseus.
Can I be honest here? I'm having a hard time with the voices now because these are all heroes, and I think like every hero sounds like this. So I'm just having a real hard time with that guy.
Well, you don't have to use a voice for Ajax because Ajax refuses to speak to Odysseus, even beyond the grave.
Perfect.
That's perfect. Classic Ajax.
Beyond the swirling clouds of spirits, he also sees visions deeper into the underworld, and he sees.
Did he take a bunch of ayahuasca? Was that part of his?
That was definitely part of the
spell?
ceremony. Yeah.
Okay.
One libation for you, one libation for me. And he sees Hercules in the Elysian fields. He sees King Minos. He sees the hunter Orion. He witnesses the punishment of Sisyphus. You know about Sisyphus, right?
Oh yeah! Oh my God, Sisyphus, man.
Sisyphus.
I remember about Sisyphus.
You can ask him. I have heard it and I've already forgotten it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
So you do remember it?
I have no idea. No.
Oh, okay.
I'm a terrific actor.
Sisyphus was the one who struggles eternally to push a boulder over a hill.
Oh yeah.
Or to have
son
it
of
roll
a
down.
gun.
Yeah.
I know that.
No, it's just every name is stupid.
He also sees Tantalus, and we also talked about Tantalus twice. Sarah, do you remember?
Fuck no.
Okay, Tantalus, agonized for hunger and thirst. He sits in a pool of water, and there's grapes growing above his head. Every time he reaches for the grapes recede. Every time he reaches down for water, the water subsides. So he can never be quenched.
But he's bikini ready.
He's so bikini ready.
He's so skinny.
He
This is all terrible things. I don't like any of this.
I know. This is what the show is.
This is depressing.
Then
it's like being in high school and you're surrounded by things you like. Oh, I can go to this part. Oh, I'm not old enough to go to there. Oh, well, this girl might like me. She doesn't.
That is every fable.
Yeah.
That's every story. Yeah.
That's
high school.
Don't
ranks.
do it.
High
Don't do
school is Hades.
Is that why you learn all this crap in high school? So they're like, see, guys, it's not just you.
Life's gonna suck.
Yeah. Forever.
Odysseus soon finds himself mobbed by souls, wishing to ask him. They're also whisking. They're baking. Wishing to ask about their relatives in the world above.
Do you have any eggs? I need one egg.
He
One
becomes,
large egg.
I don't have any eggs. Odysseus becomes very frightened and runs back to the ship and immediately sails away. Odysseus then does return to Circe's island, where he finally does bury the 4.5-year-old body.
Oh, he goes there first?
of
wow.
Elpenor, and spends one last night with Circe.
Whoa, so that's the reason he came back. Yeah, let me bury this little kid, and then I'll bury this little guy down here.
Yeah, Odysseus and Circe have some pillow talk together after doing the thing.
I'm so glad you came back to me, and I
Yeah,
love
yeah,
you
yeah.
so much, and I'm gonna change. I'm gonna make you so happy.
Yeah, so Circe, I'm gonna sail out tomorrow.
What?
And whoa. Remember, you gave me really great advice before. We're probably gonna sail past these things called the Sirens, the Sirens.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you know what I should do when I sail past them?
You should get in the water, and you should put your face right up to them, and you should cover yourself in garlic, because that's what they like to eat.
So, despite her sadness, Circe again gives him sound advice. She says, "Here's a container of beeswax. Fill your men's ears with them, because the siren song will be too tempting for and the men. No man has ever set sail past the sirens without jumping overboard and dying."
Do people really used to put beeswax in their ears?
Sure did.
No, really?
Yes, I have beeswax in my ears right now.
What?
Yeah. Odysseus then says, "Great, I'm going to put the beeswax in all my men's ears, but I'm not going to put it in my own ears,
Why?
because I'm the best man ever, and I want to be the only man to have heard the siren song and live to tell the tale."
Oh my God, you're gonna sleep with them.
Probably. Yeah, that sounds great. That sounds pretty great. So,
Did you bury my body yet?
yeah, I buried your voice is returned.
You know what? I think it's because you buried my body. Now I'm at peace. Thank you.
Yeah, and Elpenor flits away like a little cherub.
And then he became Valentine. Is that Roman?
No, that's Aphrodite's son though.
Oh, okay.
He became Valentine.
Yeah.
Cupid.
Oh, that's what I
Eros.
meant.
Yeah. Cupid Valentine.
Cupid Valentine.
Cupid P. Valentine.
Esquire.
Sounds coincidentally, that's the name of my main character in my new rom-com I'm writing. A little on the nose. I think it's a little on the nose.
I'm gonna write that movie with you.
So they take off, and as they approach the Isle of Sirens, they hear the most, or Odysseus rather, hears the most beautiful sound.
Why you coming home at 5 a.m? Something's going on. Can I smell your dick?
And he instructs his men
Free
to
breasts. Free breasts.
he instructs his men to bind him to the mast of the ship. Odysseus never explicitly says in the story what the reason is for not putting beeswax in his ear. And it's sort of something that's only extracted by scholars when they read the Odyssey, that like, well, he has this history of being very prideful, that he doesn't just sail away from the Cyclops after he blinds him. He shouts out to the Cyclops, "Hey, I was the one who blinded you. It wasn't no one." Yeah, like
he's braggy.
he needs to have been the first. He needs to have this legend to his name. And so that's why scholars say like, "Oh, that's probably why he did it." But like
I got to tell you something.
what's that?
They got it wrong.
What is it?
My men needed beeswax, and I only had so much.
Oh.
When I finished with my last man, I realized I was out. And I said to myself, well, if I don't make it, that's okay.
But then I took the rest of my beeswax and I wrote Odysseus was here.
So the Odysseus finds the siren song so tempting
How tempting was it?
that he starts struggling incredibly while he's tied to the mast. The song flows forth from this faraway island. It promises to reveal the future. It promises to tell tale of all of the great group sex that he's going to have with these beautiful siren women. It tells tale of treasure on the island. It's all incredibly tempting and also hypnotic. And he starts writhing about.
It's like those old ads at the middle of the night when they had the psychics. You know what I'm talking about?
Yes, exactly.
It's like, you want to know your future?
Is that your Miss Cleo?
No. Miss Cleo. Oh my God, she was Jamaican.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, that's not my Jamaican. I was just trying to think of a voice to do. I'm running out of voices.
You want to know your future?
I just revert back to Boston every time I do anything.
Yeah. So
I got your future right here.
It's gonna be wicked.
So when his men see him freaking out on the mast, they just grab more belts and
Tie that
straps.
boner down.
Yeah, and they just strap him up like a mummy.
I'm full mess right now.
and keep him from escaping. So everyone makes it past the sirens just okay.
Just okay.
Yeah, everyone's fine. And once they pass the Sirens Island, Odysseus and his men then must navigate the strait between.
What? So all he does to survive is be tied up.
Yeah,
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
sure.
That's some weak ass storytelling. That's Homer, right?
Yeah.
Come on, Homer. That's weak.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the most tempting sound you're ever gonna hear. No man can get past it. Oh, unless you have a rope handy.
Or if you have beeswax in your ear.
Yeah. Oh my God. Lame.
I'm gonna shove some beeswax in my ear.
You will likely regret it.
That's how they do pulling.
So they have to pass the strait between Scylla and Charybdis.
And Scylla's the place they're not supposed to go, but they're gonna go for sure.
Scylla?
No, that's not the island.
No.
Okay.
Scylla is a six-headed monster.
Oh.
And Charybdis is a whirling, sort of like, what's the thing called in Star Wars that Boba Fett falls into?
I don't know.
Oh, the teeth hole.
The teeth hole. Yeah, it's
With
like one of those,
the
but
tentacles.
it's in the
Mhm.
ocean. It is
Yeah.
a whirlpool that sucks in ships and then eats them.
That's probably
at
near
the bottom.
Florida.
Yeah, it's near Florida.
Bermuda Triangle.
And as instructed by Circe, Odysseus holds his course tight against the cliffs of Scylla's lair as opposed to getting close to Charybdis.
And he's still tied up. He's just gesturing with his
No,
his
at this
head.
point he's
There's
been cut
no
down.
way to get past Scylla unless you just hug that corner really tight. Then you should be fine. Don't worry about that.
Well, and as they
No man can survive Scylla unless, of course, you just stay to the left a little bit. And then that way you should be all right. That's okay. You're going to be okay. You're fine.
It was actually a choice of a lesser between two evils. Lose the entire ship and all the men by falling into the whirlpool with teeth at the bottom, or risk it by going past the cliffs with the six-headed monster.
Mhm.
And at that point of the journey, I forget, are you a Star Trek fan at all?
I mean, I like the OG and the Next Generation
So
and
like
Deep Space Nine. And
so you know what it, when someone calls someone a red shirt, you know what that means.
yes.
So
Everyone knows.
yeah. All right. Well, at this point, Scylla pops out of her cave and she's like, "Hello, hello, 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 hello." There's six heads, and yeah,
Mhm. You did
And-
7.
I did 7.
Mm-hmm.
Oh no. Well, guess where that 7th voice is? Her butt. And the 6th.
Who's Herbert?
Herbert was the Greek god of Scylla's butt. And the six heads come down upon the ship and snag 6 red shirts just right off of the deck.
How many does he have left? Because he had like 80 ships right at the beginning or something, and then it's just been whittled down to one ship.
Yeah, it's been one ship for a while.
Yeah,
Yeah.
It must be like that. I'm sorry, go ahead. So it must be like that finale of Game of Thrones when like people just kept dying on that rock and you couldn't figure out who it was.
Oh,
and
yeah,
then they kept
yes.
adding more people to
All
die
the-
all the time. And it's like, huh?
that wasn't the finale.
There was like 5 people. Oh, wasn't? Oh, whatever.
Yeah. So these 6 guys die, and then they get past Scylla because
Do you know how many people are left at this point, though, or no?
I don't.
Doesn't say.
It's
Okay.
untold number of extras. Yes. So
Yes.
yes.
Yes, Queen.
At this point, Odysseus does reach Thrinacia, which, if you remember, was the island that the prophet said, "Hey, don't
Just
go there."
Want to whiz on by that?
Yeah, it is the Isle of the Sun, and Odysseus wants to avoid it
Isle in
entirely.
the sun. That is what we are. Remember that?
Drive around that place. Do not stop your boat.
You can't get past them unless you are tied down.
Wait, how did you even get there from that? Isn't that? Aren't you singing Ghetto Superstar?
The original, back in 1966,
Oh,
the
gotcha.
original by Dolly Parton.
Gotcha. Okay.
It's Isles in the Stream, but it's close enough.
Uh-huh. So Odysseus wants to avoid it entirely, but the outspoken, constant thorn in his side in the story,
Patroclus.
Eurylochus,
Ah, fuck.
his stepbrother, says, Odysseus,
Yeah.
the men are all really tired. Like,
We got beds. We got beds on the boat.
some of them are really sad because their
Yeah.
boat lovers got eaten by Scylla.
Yeah, but we got plenty other people.
Yeah,
we
but
got those fleshlights.
so I'm just gonna grab.
Can I sleep in your bed tonight?
Yeah, baby.
So I'm just gonna grab the wheel though and let us dock
nope.
at Thrinacia because
Absolutely not.
we'll be
Absolutely
fine.
not.
We're gonna be fine.
That's the one place.
A
that's sold
storm's
out to
coming,
stop.
Odysseus.
That's one place
A
that's sold out
storm's
to stop.
coming, Odysseus.
No, no,
A storm's coming, Odysseus.
1, 2, 3, no.
Are we there yet?
And Eurylochus gets his way and persuades Odysseus to let his beleaguered crew rest there for
What'd you call me?
what?
Say I'm beleaguered?
Beleaguered? Tired?
You think I'm beleaguered?
Yeah.
Oh, buddy. Oh, buddy. That's fighting words.
If I wasn't so tired, I'd punch you in the mouth.
The island is home to the cattle of Helios. Homer describes the immortal cattle here as handsome.
Wait, what? They have been on that boat for a while. Is it just me? Are those some hot fucking cows?
Handsome, wide-browed, fat, and curved horned.
It's a mighty fine-looking cow there.
See the curves in that thing?
They are
Damn.
they are immortal, so they will not die unless killed.
I bet you we can fuck those cows to death.
And the cattle were guarded by Helios's daughters, Phaethusa and Lepante. No, wait, Lampati. I don't know how to say this one.
They're
There's an
coming for you
umlaut.
on Twitter.
Yeah,
They're coming for you.
Yeah.
The torches.
What's that guy's name again? Weeb fucking.
Oh, he's gonna be so happy you said his name again.
Well, yep.
So if you get things wrong, people are like, hey, you got that wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
For
I'm
sure.
so sorry in
Well,
advance,
I
everybody.
mean, it's our subject matter. It's pretty well known.
I'm sorry,
Yeah.
guys.
It was known by all through Greece that any harm to a single animal was sure to bring down the wrath of the gods. And Eurylochus was like, well, it's going to be fine because we have enough on the ship to eat and consume. No one's going to want to eat a cow. It'll be fine. But unfortunately, that storm that Eurylochus was warning Odysseus about was absolutely coming, and it kept them beached for 2 weeks.
Oh,
And they
snap.
soon ran out of food. And Eurylochus was like, Odysseus, we're going to need to eat a cow.
Nope, it's sacred.
We're going to.
There's like one rule.
Those handsome cows are so delicious
Nope,
looking.
don't. I saw you making out with a cow earlier. You're gonna tell me you're gonna slice the throat of something you were making out with?
That one looks like a Hemsworth. I'm going to eat it.
Let's just kill one ugly cow.
No,
There's one
Just
ugly one.
sacred.
We'll kill that one.
Well, it's gonna be bad.
Here's what I don't understand is that no one's ever said though that the Helios's daughters, like, they could have just eaten them, right? I don't
Wait,
know.
what?
Yeah.
I mean, Helios's daughters are there, but they're not the sacred ones.
And the cows are beautiful, and these women are freaking ugly. Have you seen these women?
But that's the reason they're in trouble with the ocean.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah, you can't
Odysseus,
be.
listen, I got it. Fine, no cows, but these daughters are so ugly. Have you seen? They're so ugly.
Yeah, but you
Ugly people don't deserve to live.
you don't want to eat that though. It's so ugly you don't want to eat it.
So one afternoon, while Odysseus is sleeping,
I've done worse, if you know what I mean.
Eurylochus persuades the other crew members to disobey Odysseus, wow, and slaughter one of the cattle. And it's the most delicious meat that they've ever eaten. They're like, oh, so worth it. It's not going to matter. This cow meat is so cowy.
Yeah, this is a real beef lover over here.
Yeah, true story. I don't eat beef, so I have no idea how to describe its
It's
flavors.
so cowy.
It's so cowy.
I like my mythical animals rare.
Mm.
There it is. I knew
yeah.
you'd like it.
Yeah, she's back.
So when Helios sees this, because Helios is all-seeing,
He's the sun.
he goes over
Literally?
Yeah.
Yes, he's literally the sun.
Okay.
And he says, Zeus!
Yes.
Wow. Zeus, this is me, Helios, knocking on your bedroom door.
I'm trying to rape in here.
It sounds like typical you. But hey, if you can take a little sidestep out of your normal schedule.
I'm Zeus. You think I can't rape and talk at the same time? Let's go.
Oh boy. Well, I am so mad at Odysseus and his men.
Rape him.
They ate one of my cattle, and I would love you to punish them. Please.
I got one idea right now.
Okay.
Guess what it is?
Let me look down, and oh boy, that's out here. So Zeus does not rape them, because
Spoiler.
yeah, I know it's really outside of his comfort zone. But shortly after Odysseus and his men sail away from Thrinacia, Zeus kicks up another storm, which destroys the ship and sends the entire crew to its death beneath the waves.
Well, not the entire crew.
Yes, because one character has main character immortality, and as had been predicted, only Odysseus survives.
Wait, it kills his dumb brother too?
Yep.
Oh, I feel like that should have been more epic.
Nope, that's the end.
Wow.
That's the end of him.
He's been such a pain.
Ooh, yeah.
And
Zeus sending out storms.
he
Try to stop it. Zeus with the lightning and the raping. Can't stop him.
a little Randy Savage there. So as the only Odysseus survives, he survives on a piece of wood, probably that same piece of wood that Rose survives on at the end of Titanic. And
Zeus taking the wood.
there could have been room
handing it
for
to Odysseus.
his stepbrother, but
Sit on this side.
I'm sorry.
so the storm sweeps him all the way back towards Charybdis, that swirling
Oh, great.
pool
They're
of
back
teeth.
there.
And he narrowly escapes for a second time. And afloat on these broken timbers of the ship, he eventually reaches the Isle of just kill me with this name. OGYGIA.
OBGYN?
Yeah.
I want to say Ogija.
OBG.
This the Isle OG.
No,
This the
OBG.
OG Isle,
It's-
son.
It's OG.
First aisle on the
YGIA.
block. First aisle.
OGYGIA.
Don't try coming in my neighborhood.
And
Try slaying those whatever you're slaying.
this
Son, this is my corner, son. I'm the OG aisle. You don't just sail your ship into my aisle and try sailing. That's not how this works.
iPad away.
Oh, is that
well,
bad?
because that's where I was ending this chapter,
Oh.
which is that it ends there,
I'm
which
so sorry.
which is
buddy.
the Isle of Calypso,
Oh.
Calypso.
and that's where we leave him off.
Wait, it's the same as the OBGYN aisle?
Yeah,
Same?
that same place.
Okay.
Ogygia, which
Uh,
is how I'm going to pronounce it.
OBGY.
Yeah. So that's where we're leaving this chapter of the Odyssey.
Wow.
And
So this would be the dark night of his soul, probably, right? All his friends are died.
all his friends are dead, and he's all alone on a splinter of wood.
Wow.
Are you hankering for something you just can't get at home?
I want a cheeseburger.
You don't want just any cheeseburger. You want a Helios baby cow calf of God cheeseburger.
Oh, that sounds great. How much is it?
How much is it? Just your life?
I'm sorry?
It's the best damn burger you ever gonna eat.
Oh, that sounds great.
Come on down to Helios Grill.
Hold up. Could you go back to the Cost is My Life? What do you mean?
Oh
no, you're gonna die.
Huh?
It's so good, it's worth it though.
Oh, it's...
Have you ever had a burger so good you said, "Oh, I could die right now"?
Yes, in jest.
Well, this time it's literal. Come on down.
Wait.
Bang, 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 bang. That's my gun going off.
No.
Helios' house of burgers. Well, thank you so much for being on an episode of Myth Understood. We are going to continue the Odyssey. Might be able to wrap it out in the next episode, and then we have.
Fucking hope so.
Yeah, it shouldn't go as long as the Iliad. Cross your fingers. Natty, what would you say you learned most about things today?
I am not as funny as I thought I was.
Whoa.
That's not true.
That's.
Yes.
I learned so much from you, Paul. First of all, Paul, I don't know how you keep all that knowledge in your head. It's unbelievable how you just write all that stuff off. I'm impressed by you, for sure. That's one thing I learned is that you have a freaking brain on you.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
I will never learn that.
Most people think I'm dumb as sin.
Well, I did.
Yeah.
No, I was telling Sarah Moy here, I was like, how? No, he can't do that. He's so stupid. I said.
It's too stupid.
Well, where can people?
Nobody, nowhere. Oh my God.
No, where can people find you if they want to follow you and all of your
I live
self-deprecating humor?
Oh God. On Twitter, I'm Nathaniel Nathianiel.
Yeah.
That's not how you spell it. Nathaniel. That's right. Wicks Wicks. Number 2, because some other guy has Nathaniel Wicks and he hasn't tweeted ever.
Oh damn.
That's me.
And then
He just
also
wanted to
Nathaniel Wicks, just Nathaniel Wicks on Instagram. But hey guys, if you love this podcast and I ruined it for you, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry, guys.
Yeah, if you're still a fan after this episode and you want to follow us, we are _ Myth Understood on Twitter and Instagram, and you can also follow us individually at the Paul Bianchi and at the Sarah Oliver.
Hey, and do you wear clothes?
We sure do.
I know you do. So get one of our t-shirts. That's happening now. Look on our Instagram. We got t-shirts.
Oh, yeah, I saw those t-shirts. They're funny. I saw those on your Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, you can find that at dragonwagonradio.com/shop. And hey, Dragon Wagon Radio, that is the podcast network that we are a part of.
It's our mama
you
bear.
can follow at It's Dragon Wagon on all social media. And you can also show your support for this very independent podcast network at dragonwagonradio.com/support. You can donate and or just get items off of the Amazon wish list. It's another great way to support.
And Paul is a Webby Award winner, so I want to congratulate the funniest writer in the whole world.
Are those two things related?
Oh, Jesus.
There we go. Please rate and review us on Apple Podcasts and share with friends.
On hotornot.com, you'll find me under.
And let Natty know specifically how you felt about this episode. And yeah, that's about it. So see you guys later. Bye.
Night night.
sitting next to Sarah and I now is Matt Kessler,
I'm actually sitting between you guys.
betwixt, if you will.
Ooh, I will.
Please don't.
All right, I won't.
Hey, Matt, you have a podcast. What's going on with that?
I talk about music and my record collection because I have almost 2,000 records.
What is your podcast called?
It's called, aptly named, Too Many Records.
Hey, where can I find that podcast?
Ever hear of iTunes, you dum-dum?
No.
iTunes, Stitcher, where podcasts are found.
Slow down. I'm writing this down.
iTunes.
Well, I can't wait to hear about your, I think, OCD is what it sounds like.
I'm going to quiz you on it next time I see you.
Okay. Smooches.
It's Dragon Wagon.